You wake up and reach for your phone, scroll, swipe, distraction, and just like that, your day is already being shaped, not by your goals, not by your intention, but by an invisible habit. Most people think habits are just actions, but your most powerful habit isn't what you do, it's what you silently believe about yourself. That's the habit running your life. There's a loop in your mind playing on repeat every day. You don't even hear it most of the time. It says, I'm not consistent. I always give up. I'm not disciplined. That loop doesn't just shape how you feel, and it shapes what you do. So here's the truth. You're not inconsistent because you lack discipline. You're inconsistent because your identity is stuck in the past. And your brain, built for efficiency, keeps pulling you back to what's familiar, even if that familiar is sabotaging your growth. You've probably felt it. You try to start something new. You're excited, motivated, and for a while you're doing it. You're working out, journaling, waking up early, but then something happens, one skip day, one off moment, and suddenly it's all gone. Not because you're lazy, but because your mind is wired to protect the story it believes about you. Even if that story is outdated, this is what I call identity inertia. It's your mind's tendency to maintain who you used to be, even when you're trying to become someone else. And if you don't interrupt it, you'll spend your entire life stuck in a loop of starting, stopping, and starting over. But there's a way out. You don't break it with motivation, you break it with alignment. You align your actions with the version of yourself you're trying to become, not the one you're trying to escape. That means acting as if, not pretending, training your brain to believe something new by proving it every day. It starts with one sentence. I'm the kind of person who keeps showing up. You say it before your actions match it. You say it when it feels like a lie, and then you take a small action to back it up. That's how identity shifts. Not through big wins, through tiny repeated votes in a new direction. You don't need to meditate for 30 minutes. You just need to sit still for 60 seconds. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You just need to avoid your phone for the first 10. You don't need to write a book. You just need to write one paragraph. Every one of those is a vote for the new identity, and every vote adds weight to the story your brain starts to believe. And guess what happens when that story starts to change? Your behavior follows automatically, because now it's no longer about effort, it's about integrity, it's about acting in alignment with who you believe you are. And here's where it gets powerful. The moment your actions and your identity start to match, consistency becomes natural. You stop forcing discipline, you start protecting it. But how do you stay in that state, especially on bad days? The answer is recovery speed. High performers don't succeed because they never fall. They succeed because they return quickly. They know how to bounce back. They don't shame themselves for slipping. They recognize it, reframe it, and recommit fast. That's your next invisible habit, resilient recovery. Because if you always come back, you can never truly fail. And finally, to make all of this stick, you need anchors. Anchors are habits, triggers, environments, or people that pull you back into alignment when your motivation fades. Maybe it's a journal on your nightstand. Maybe it's a certain playlist that snaps you into flow. Maybe it's a post-it note with your why. Use them. Because discipline is easier when it doesn't rely on memory. It runs smoother when the world around you supports who you're trying to become. So let's bring this all together. You're not broken. You're not inconsistent. You're just repeating an identity that no longer serves you. From this moment forward, every action you take is a vote, not just for a better routine, but for a stronger identity. One that's built with proof, not pressure. One that makes consistency effortless, because now it's just who you are. And in the next video, we're going to explore something most people ignore, the emotional blueprint behind your habits, and how healing your inner dialogue unlocks unshakable self-discipline. You're not stuck. You're just one aligned decision away from momentum. Let's keep building it together.